Hello and welcome to a new coding challenge video. As always, last week I set you a challenge and this week we will see the solution, or at least we will see my solution, because I'm sure you've found many others which I strongly encourage you to write out in the comment section below. We can start off by defining our function and calling it party, for example, and then by saying that group will be equal to list range 1 to 628, and then giving it an argument, which is position, and setting it equal to 0. Then we can say that if the length of group is equal to 1, then return group, because we've reached the end solution. Then we need to check whether our position value is greater than the length of our group, because if it is, then we have to make sure that the position value recirculates round to the beginning of the group by subtracting the length of the group from it. This is easier to do than it is to explain, so let's just write out if position is greater or equal to len of group minus 1, then position minus equals length of group. Now we can finally come around to the main part of our function, namely deleting the group member in position POS plus 1. We can do this easily by saying del group pos plus 1. And then finally, in order to iterate through the elements of our group, we want to call our function again and again using recursion. We can do that by simply writing return party of group, which will be the remaining list after we've deleted our element in POS plus 1. And then we want to give it the new position from which to count. And that will obviously be our original position plus 1. So if we then run our code by pressing the F5 key, and then on the right hand side we can call our function party, keeping our default arguments because those are the ones set out by the challenge, and then after running it we get that the solution is 231. So if your objective is to get the prize, then you should stand in position 231. And after several rounds of this simple game, you will win the prize. Now for all of you who after looking at this problem and trying the solution found that it sounded familiar, well that's because it's actually a very well-known problem called the Josephus problem. This problem originated in a different setting and definitely had a more macabre tinge to it, so I won't specify its nature in this video. However, for any of you who are curious to learn all about it, I strongly recommend a video published by Numberphile on this topic. Should you wish to check it out, I will leave a link to it in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Here, as always, you can also find my other tutorial videos and previous coding challenges, which I also strongly encourage you to watch. With that, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Until then, as always, happy coding!